And we are back live from the Peak Health and Wellness Center in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho for the Jake Plummer Hell of a Handball Bash and Simple Green Race for 8 stop. My name is Dave Vincent, alongside broadcast partner John Bike, the first person to qualify here at the Race for 8 this weekend. John?
Yeah, gosh, a little bit drained. You won't get that usual emotion in my voice that you've come used to. So
that ecstatic energy that seems to always jump off the microphone. Referee is Dan Armijo, and he's just about ready to get things started here. 1 game to 25. You have to win by 2. What?
I don't hear him on this. He's asking about the on switches.
Yeah, there's 2 on switches on there. 1 on the side, 1 on the front. Doing a little technical work here. There we go. Dan Armijo is setting his microphone together. John Bike, the first person to qualify in this Race for 8 in this new Pro Tour season that we have here. We'll see if this wireless microphone works.
Play ball. Shanks from Ireland serving first. Receiving is Eric Plummer. 0 serve 0.
You heard the score there, 0-0. Shanks has a great serve down the right, and he just goes over to it immediately. And the ball's called short. That thing is a laser.
That's hard to see. Yeah, Charlie didn't disagree.
I thought it was good, actually.
Thought maybe the back of the line. You can kind of see, because it also hooks so much, that's where you can kind of tell where it hit.
I told Eric earlier, just as a little scout, that Charlie has such a pace on the ball
1-0.
that it's somewhat like playing a squash player. That is, he uses a lot of power drives down the lanes. Going to keep you constantly trying to catch up to it. You have to go to the roof with him to get him to slow that pace down.
Yeah.
He's my sleeper pick to make the final, so.
Yeah, he's dangerous, no doubt. These guys don't travel this far to lose. That's gold analysis right there.
Amazing shot right there from Charlie Shanks. 2 serve 0.
Now, he's recently moved to New York City. Is that? I was just seeing that.
Yeah,
article today.
I think he's actually living in New Jersey for the moment for a couple years. And he said he's going to hit every single one of the race stops. Said he's dedicating this year to the Race for 8. So we're going to see him at the U.S. Open and
Excellent.
in Tucson and all the other stops, Fresno and Salt Lake City.
Here's Eric's first look at a setup. Yeah,
that pace is, you can see that Eric hasn't been above that dotted line.
Yeah,
Charlie's not going to let him come up and play anything in the front court.
He's had 1 look in like 4 rallies now.
It's been very brief up there too. Charlie 2-wall past him on that 1 look.
Charlie will chase that down. He's got to wait on it now.
Wow.
Yeah, he looks very comfortable. Eric, a great player in his own right. His biggest career win over a top 8 pro player back in the 90s, I believe. Matt Hyber, nearby here in Spokane.
That's a match that Hyber's trying to forget or has forgotten, depending on which way you look at it.
I remember most of my losses from back then, but not many of the wins. That goes the other way.
Looks like Eric's taking some of that advice.
Probably his best chance. I mean, Charlie's not weak up here, but perhaps he kind of has a shot.
Well, Eric thought he could feather that ball to Charlie, and he just punched it with a fist.
5-0.
Oh.
Good chance to go for that. I agree with that selection.
6-0.
Best chance for a side out.
6-0.
Second serve.
That's nice. Charlie doing everything right on that ball, letting it drop till Eric committed and made it for an easy pass.
7-0.
Charlie's ball skipped in.
Dan's just assuming the obvious calls. He doesn't even have to make. It's just
Score is 0-7. Listening to the voice of John Bike and yours truly, Dave Vincent. This is how our bike tour sounded on from Durango to Hood River.
put the headphones on. Yeah, just
The headsets and
Dan doesn't realize he's auditioning for reffing duties at the U.S. Open. It's between him and Nelson. There's a new head referee.
all you need is a hot dog, a nice drink, and a karaoke machine, and Dan will pretty much do it for you. There's a timeout call, look like from Eric Plummer. There, you're watching the 2012 WPH Race for 8, sponsored by Simple Green. This is the Jake Plummer Hell of a Handball Bash. You've been here for a couple times, John. I think this is your third trip to.
I'm gonna say second.
Second trip,
Second,
okay.
yeah.
I remember the first time, but I thought maybe you squeaked another one in there. How do you like this tournament compared to, or actually just going back in time to some of those that you traveled to, maybe the late 70s as a kid or early 80s, I should say, as a young guy? Is this kind of compared to those kind of old school tournaments?
That's exactly how I would put it. I kind of don't get that feeling much anymore just because of my own experience. But yeah, coming here, that's exactly what I feel like. Like it's a family tournament. I wish I could bring the family. I was able to bring my son last time, but we're all doing our thing back home.
I can remember this feeling from what I would say about 83, 84, 85-ish. Maybe it happened in the 70s too, but I guess it's just that family feel where everyone's here to have a good time and very sociable. You see the pro players or the elite players hanging out and talking to the crowd. It's just a different, not a stuffy feeling here. Maybe it's the club, maybe it's Jake himself. I don't know what.
That's probably it all stems from Jake leading by example. I came here last year thinking maybe I knew half the people, and it honestly seemed like I knew every single one of them by Sunday, and they sure knew me.
8-0.
8-0.
That's tough. That's vintage Charlie Shanks right there.
Nine
9-0. Score here is 10-0. And I told Eric prior to this, your biggest thing is to try to get on the scoreboard with this guy because his pace is something you just have never played against.
Yeah, I said kind of the same thing. I said at times he just looks absolutely unbelievable. You just got to hang with that, yeah. But I gave him hope. I said I've also seen times where he's fighting himself a bit and people make runs on him, but of course that was against players like David Chapman. So yeah, Charlie's really solid.
11-0.
I mean, his serve is just so remarkable that it sets up everything he does in the next few shots. Score is 12-0.
12-0.
The 5 through 8 guys, they got to be crossing their fingers if they don't draw out to Charlie. Charlie might be favored against any one of them.
Yeah, that's true.
And you call him a sleeper to the finals, and yeah, I agree. He's certainly got a chance.
I mean, we have to
the
see
next round would be against a top 4 player.
Yeah, you know, he has to go into the blind draw, so we don't know whose side of the bracket. But even if he were on Sean Linning's side, per se, or Nadi Alvarado's, I could see that playing a guy like Nadi Alvarado, it might be a little bit in Charlie's head knowing that he's playing Nadi. Maybe not. I don't know how strong his head is, but right now his game looks pretty solid.
12-0.
12 serve 0. It doesn't look like he makes too many mistakes, John.
No.
That was one of them.
I think I've only seen him one entire single. I saw him once in Austin, but he was completely out of sorts. I don't know what it was.
I think he got beat by Tommy Little there.
Yeah, there was one before that. It might not have.
Ricardo Diaz.
Yeah, it was something.
Alan Garner, somebody like that.
But yeah.
He got beat. He actually got beat, I believe, like 21-0. And
that was the repeat shutout.
Yeah, he came back and did the same thing.
Well, that was Alan and Ricardo.
Okay.
But he did something. I'm thinking of a tournament a little earlier when I was just coming back from surgery, and it was.
Dave Fink, where are you?
12-1.
I do recall him
What-
losing
what-
to somebody
what do you
like
mean? What?
Tyree
I'm doing
Bastidas.
that bad?
No, I think it was someone like Tyree Bastidas or somebody that you thought that John Iglesias, I think, beat him in
was
Austin.
Yes, that sounds. It was definitely an upset. It wasn't. Yeah. But since then, yeah, nothing but impressive. There's a mistake.
I've counted 2. One serves 13.
Good serve. Charlie, not fazed by it.
We're going with a left-handed fist shot.
2-15.
2 serves 15.
Before the reshuffle, Eric was drawn into me, and I believe might have been Andy Nett, who's also very good, but he's got to be not too happy about
13-2.
ending up with Shanks right now.
Oh,
Short.
I thought that ball was good.
It's hard to see. It might hit the back of the line.
Second serve.
Referee says close enough. That's some power right there from Eric.
Yeah. Ooh, tomahawk.
Charlie giving Eric a little stare right
Go
there.
a little unconventional to break through here.
Sometimes you have to do that. 2 serves 15 is the call.
Little adrenaline there. It might have been Eric's hardest hit ball of the match. Charlie certainly has that 2-wall angle down. And like you said, he's also very solid down the walls.
13-2.
Now it's 14-2. I said 15 earlier. Just misheard the ref, even though he's standing 4 feet from me.
Charlie looks more comfortable popping that ball to the ceiling than most of the young American players. A lot of spots that looked awkward at waist or higher, and he just got himself back right away.
15-2.
15 serves 2. He just looks all around comfortable right now in pretty much all facets, especially that facet.
Those aren't as easy as they look.
16-2.
16 serves 2. Two serve 16.
Second serve.
Good serve. No. Would have been an ace against me. Very smooth.
Charlie just looks really good, John. Very sharp.
He does.
16-2.
16 serves 2.
Short. One serve.
left again. Doesn't- Not sure if he was trying to go cross court or push it back past his other side. But
Now we're watching you play in your qualifier match, John, and earlier we talked about your back. There was some back spasms and stuff going on. Is that
2 to
something?
16.
There's a score, 2-16. Was it something that developed during the match, or was this like just a little injury that you've had?
I am always fighting that hip, but that specific sharp spasm on correctly hit balls, I think that's new to me. The ones that I was turning on correctly were the one, like, people tend to hobble
How about the
after
ones,
errors.
the 10 or so balls that you hit into the ground?
Was it that many?
Was
it only 10?
Did it seem more?
It's just an all-around weak mental effort until the very end. So
That's
I
all that
redeemed
matters.
myself a little bit. But I was extremely uncomfortable physically and mentally. But I think that was obvious.
Two.
17 serves 2. The whole family here for the Plumbers watching, and the whole crowd basically on rooting for Eric, but they also have a liking for Charlie Shanks. The family's kind of adopted Charlie and his lady friend for the weekend, and they've taken him around town and shopping, and you know, I'm sure they're happy for the success of Charlie.
That's how handball's always been. The first time I ever went into Naughty Alvarado tournaments on their 25th, I believe, and I started going about the 3rd or 4th one, and at that time I was Senior's biggest rival. Put me up in his house, and just best hospitality possible. It's just how we do.
And the crowd likes that.
Good drive there.
Well, it's pretty good hospitality. You let you marry
That
his
was-
daughter.
no, she was like in high school then.
Oh,
so
okay, sorry.
They didn't even have her in the house. They had her staying somewhere else.
Smart.
So they put me off for a couple of years, but once she got through college,
They made sure to put her into another place.
yeah,
Smart.
I don't even think I.
17-2.
Good move, El Gats. Good move.
Over the line, good call.
Well, that's actually a point.
Hold it.
Hold it!
Hold it.
That's what you have to do when you have the headset on. You have to.
Stepped over the line. You crossed the red line when you hit it. Your foot was over. Your foot can't go over the line. 18-2.
Actually, I agree with the referee for the first
was
time
over, yeah.
in a long time.
So you'll be happy.
Short.
I'm doing the James Comstoff referee assignments at Lowe's Cab. You'll be happy if I have Dan doing every big match. Take that as a I don't even know what to take it as. We also have Jesse, Aranda, Nelson, Quintero lined
Yeah,
up.
Dan's perfect. When you put it that way.
Ooh. That's waiting, and Eric respected that shot. That was
19-2.
Score is 19-2. We play 1 game to 25.
he stayed inside that time.
Well, I believe that if you even have an
Yeah, but that's
your
so
hand
hard to
over the
see
line.
the vertical plane.
Yeah, well, these referees have no problem calling foot faults.
No, but that's a foot you can see.
22.
20 serves 2.
I just feel bad for Eric that it's only 1 game to 25. I think it was a 2 out of 3.
Side out. 220.
2 serves 20.
Second serve.
There's a setup for Charlie. He's going to smoke that ball into the corner. Eric is unable to punch that ball back.
Pretty athletic move by Eric there. He's got to be close to 40 years old now. Is that right?
20.
He got down quickly and almost got that shot back.
Score is 20-2.
Charlie's timing just perfect, waiting just long enough. Eric's committing inside, and then the 100% risk-free pass shot is there.
21-2.
21 serves 2.
100% risk-free for him. I think I put a few pass shots on the floor today also. You wouldn't have been able to tell.
21 serves 2. That ball was replayed. It struck Charlie on the way up. Wow, look at that hook back in that corner. That reminds me of your hook.
Thanks.
No, Shanks.
1990.
Circa 87.
That's a beautiful reverse.
After he just jammed that ball into the left wall, he goes with that.
That's when you're feeling it, yeah. Locating it and making it move too.
23-2.
23 serves 2, and there it is. That's a point.
It was good. It was, yeah.
It was over by a good 6 to 8 inches, actually. He hit it so hard, it looked like it was on the line.
Game point serves 2.
Here it is. Game point serves 2. Oh. Tanner Miho letting him play through this. Here's a setup for Charlie. Going to go back. Multiple walls. And the crowd likes that.
2 serves 24.
Charlie paying back the family hospitality a little now.
3-24.
3 serves 24. Eric Plummer is a local sports writer for the Donner Daily Press, or the Donner Bee.
4-24.
Yeah, I really enjoy. He used to do more than he does now on the message board. Professional skills. I enjoyed reading whatever he had to say. Guess I got to subscribe to his newspaper though.
Looks like he's got a cramp here.
That's unfortunate at this stage of the game. He's also in the open doubles. Hope that's not something that's gonna
4-24.
slow him down.
Strange cadence from the referee. Players did not hear it. And you can see Eric just hobbling in here.
Yeah, that's.
Look at that get right there from Charlie Shanks. And there it
did something
is.
to his left heel.
Charlie Shanks now advances and qualifies for the race for 8, sponsored by Simple Green, defeating Eric Plummer 25-4. The scoreboard powered by Zions, the official sports drink of the UFC. We're at Peak Health and Wellness in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, for the Simple Green Race for 8 and Plummer Family Hell of a Handball Bash, Part 4. So there it is. Charlie Shanks now, like yourself, John, the first 2 to qualify for this inaugural Race for 8 stop in Idaho. From this point on, you actually, because you've qualified, no matter what, you're going to get points. Those that have the most points at the end of the season, the top 8, will be invited to a special player championship in Seattle, Washington at the WAC. And that'll be in May, and then awarded some big cash and a lot of prizes. We have more handball to be played here. Another qualifier coming up right around the corner as we get ready for what I believe is going to be one of the showcase matches of the day, and that is Eric Hilgren and Luis Cordova at 5 o'clock, which is going to be about 30 minutes from now. So we're going to take a quick, I should say a 30-minute timeout. We'll be back in just a bit for Eric Hilgren and Luis Cordova, and that winner will also be a blind draw participant in this Race for 8. So we're going to take a quick break. For John Bike, my name is Dave Vincent, and Linda Manning back in the satellite van. We'll be back with more action here at racefor8.com coming up.
Working and working out takes a lot of energy. That's why I drink Zenergy. Feeling fantastic and looking good has never been easier. Zions, extreme science for your active lifestyle.
For 20 years, the Inner City Handball Association has educated, mentored, and served young people through handball. Young people that participate in the Inner City Handball Association programs have a high graduation rate from high school and continue on to college. Inner City Handball teams are good athletes, good students, and good ambassadors for the sport of handball. We need your help to continue our work. Inner City Handball Association is a registered 501c3 tax-exempt charity. Please donate today. Thank you.